Let me ask you something. How is it possible to make good money and still feel broke? Not, I'm struggling to survive broke. I mean, anxious, tight chested, constantly checking your bank app broke. You pay your bills. You earn more than your parents did. From the outside, you're doing fine. But inside, money feels fragile. One unexpected expense feels like it could wreck everything. Here's the uncomfortable truth. For a lot of people, it's not a lack of income that keeps them broke. It's financial anxiety. And today, I want to show you how that anxiety quietly sabotages your financial life, even when you're earning well. I've seen this over and over. People making $70,000, $100,000, $150,000 a year, still living paycheck to paycheck. Not because they're irresponsible, not because they're bad with math, but because money feels unsafe to them. They hesitate to invest. They oversave in cash. They avoid looking at their numbers. They swing the opposite way, spending to numb the stress. If this sounds familiar, you're not broken. You're responding exactly how a nervous system does when it doesn't trust the future. Financial anxiety does one incredibly damaging thing. It shrinks your time horizon. When you're anxious, your brain stops thinking in decades. It starts thinking in weeks. You don't ask, what's the smartest move over 20 years? You ask, what if something goes wrong next month? That's why anxious people hoard cash that loses value to inflation, avoid long-term investing, stay in jobs they hate because they feel safe, delay big financial decisions indefinitely. Ironically, the very behavior meant to protect you keeps you stuck. Wealth requires patience. Anxiety demands certainty. And certainty is expensive. Here's the second trap. Financial anxiety creates false urgency. Every money decision feels like an emergency. You feel pressure to time the market, jump on guaranteed opportunities, overreact to short-term news, constantly tweak and micromanage your finances. This all leads to bad outcomes. Buying high and selling low, chasing trends, paying unnecessary fees, and making emotional decisions instead of strategic ones. Calm people get rich slowly. Anxious people stay busy and broke. This next insight is subtle but powerful. When you're financially anxious, money stops being a tool and starts being a verdict on who you are. High balance equals relief. Low balance equals shame. So instead of asking, is this a smart decision? You ask, what does this say about me? That's when people overspend to feel successful, hide from numbers, feel constant guilt no matter how much they earn. Money was never meant to carry that emotional weight, but anxiety loads it up with meaning that it can't support. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Wealth is built by people who trust systems, not feelings. They trust long-term investing, boring consistency, margin of safety, simple rules repeated over time. Not because they're fearless, but because they've separated emotion from strategy. They don't feel calm because they're wealthy. They become wealthy because they built structures that reduce the need for constant emotional decision-making. That's the real secret. So here's a simple question to sit with. Am I making financial decisions to reduce anxiety or to increase long-term freedom? Those two are often opposites. The goal isn't to eliminate anxiety. The goal is to stop letting it drive the car. If you earn good money but still feel financially stressed, this isn't a character flaw. It's a signal. And once you understand it, you can stop fighting your income and start building a life that actually feels secure. So if this resonated with you, you'll like what I talk about on this channel: money, psychology, and the quiet habits that actually build wealth. Like and subscribe, help out the channel. Leave a comment if you've had financial anxiety despite being a high earner, and I'll catch you later.